standing in front of that glass door of that hair salon in Vienna, Austria. Gray roots, wild, unkempt, chaotic hair. A cave woman. Shivering and sweating at the same time, in spite of the minus 15 degrees and the cold around her. Frozen, paralyzed, only communicating by broken sentences and pointing at things and groans. Hi, bitte, grau, bitte. And wondering, how did I end up here? What the hell am I doing here? I grew up in Valparaíso, Chile, a place where 22-year-old girls just didn't leave their parents' house. But I did. I graduated from university as a psychologist and I got the hell out of there. I went to Santiago de Chile, the big city, the capital. I wanted to conquer the world. I was craving for independence, and I got it. I got a job in human resources, and I climbed the corporate ladder rather quickly. I was a shooting star. Within a year, I was sitting in corporate meetings, advising HR CEOs and managers. I had the apartment I wanted, in the area I wanted. I decorated exactly how I wanted. And if I wanted to go to the hottest restaurant or to a theater or to have an asado in Buenos Aires or a caipirinha in Rio de Janeiro, I just did it. 2 phone calls, and there off I went. I did exactly what I wanted, where I wanted, and with whom I wanted. No marriage, no kids, no mortgage, no car. Nothing to tie me up, nothing to anchor me. I grew up watching my mom anchored to us, to my father, giving up dream after dream after dream, fading away year after year after year, defeated, hopeless, angry, sad, frustrated. And I swore, she made me swear, and I swore to myself I would never be that. I would never be dependent to anyone, especially not from a partner. Until I loved my independence, and I also loved traveling. And I was in a website for travelers. I was hosting a lot of travelers from all around the world. One of them was this Austrian guy. We hit it off quickly. And after a 2-year relationship, long-distance relationship, we decided it is time for me to conquer Europe now, to conquer Austria, Vienna. And why him? Because he loved his independence as much as I loved mine. He didn't want kids, he didn't want a mortgage, he didn't want a marriage, he didn't want a car. So let's be independent together. Wonderful. Austria, here I come. Oh, sorry. And I had a plan, of course. In 6 months, I'm going to learn German. How difficult can that be, right? Yeah. 1 year, and I will be starting my master's degree or even a doctorate in clinical psychology. And within 18 months and 2 years, I will be working as a clinical psychologist in Vienna, in German. Wonderful. I arrived in Vienna. I was in the airport, strolling, waiting for my bags. And I hear a woman speaking through the speakers. And I recognized the language, right? German, I'm in Vienna. But I didn't understand a single word. Nothing. And hey, I took a course in Chile, 3 months. I should know the basics. My stomach dropped. I'm a psychologist. I work with words, right? I listen, yeah. But I also use analogies, metaphors. I describe scenarios. And I did that in English and in Spanish. But in German, I couldn't speak. I froze. I was so afraid of saying the wrong thing or that people wouldn't understand me or laugh at me that I just couldn't speak. I was a toddler in an adult's body. One time I went to the supermarket and I gathered all my confidence and strength and I went there, and as I was waiting for the cashier, very happy because I made it, one woman right next to me started to mumbling and complaining. Schneller, schneller. I wanted to say something to her. Señora, cállese, ¿no ve que me está esperando la cajera ahí? But nothing came out of my mouth. Nothing. So I just dropped the groceries that I bought and I ran as fast as I could, throwing a tantrum as a toddler I became. I went straight to my cave. I was friendless, voiceless, jobless. My world became smaller and smaller. My day began when my partner arrived home, and it ended when he left to work. I had to go to the gynecologist at some point, and I asked him for help, my partner. And there I was, lying there with my legs wide open, and the gynecologist and my partner chit-chatting about current events and politics. And I was invisible. I was invisible. One day, I was wondering, where is this independent woman? Where is this woman who could make decisions by herself? Where did she go? Dependent. One day I went to shower, and I stand in front of the mirror, and I saw something: the gray hair, the gray roots, the wild unkempt hair, the cave woman. And I also saw something else. I saw my mom. I didn't see her face or her eyes or her posture, but I saw her spirit. The same hopelessness, the same fatigue, the same wearing down. And I wanted to keep the promise I made to her so badly. And something clicked. Enough of not being myself anymore. Enough of being afraid all the time. Enough of being defeated. Enough. I grabbed my coat, my scarf, and I ran as fast as I could towards the hair salon. Nothing else mattered, only that was my goal. That hair salon that I passed through every day and I didn't notice, now it was the most important thing in the world. And I was there, standing in front of that glass door. What if they laugh at me? What if they don't understand what I say? What if they humiliate me? What if I pushed the door open and I felt the air in my face, the warm air from the heating. And I saw this stylist approaching. Then the cave woman spoke. Können Sie mir helfen, bitte? Ich brauche graue Haare und ich brauche eine Haarschnitte. Bitte? Bitte? She didn't laugh at me. She didn't frown. She didn't correct me. She just smiled and she said, "Ja, gerne. Yes, of course." And she pointed the chair at me. And as I was walking towards the chair, I felt my shoulders loosening and the rock that I had over my chest dropped. And as I was getting my hair colored and cut it, something shifted. I survived. The cave woman survived. Not only survived, she thrived in a Neanderthalic way, but she did survive. And from that point on, that cave woman kept talking. And she dared. And she didn't care anymore. And she laughed at herself when she was making mistakes. It didn't matter. She kept talking. She kept talking. And she evolved. And I became fluent in German and in life.